You can see my team took care of business, even with losing Kevin Durant last night, which I'm going to be very honest with you, this has nothing to do with the video, but I actually would be very happy if he sat the rest of the series. We beat Houston in this Game 6 to just remind ourselves of who the hell we are prior to him coming. That's all prior to him coming to Golden State. That's all I just want to say. All right, so now that business is taken care of, let's get down to some new Nike info news. I don't know. I'm usually not the news person, but let's just go ahead and bring it to you today. Let's just bring it to you today. Double upload day as well. What's up, everybody? It's your girl TJ back again with another video. Talks with TJ. Right now I'm just one chain, okay? I decided to go ahead and finesse the Golden State shirt at work today. It is actually my Friday. I am not working on actual Friday, which means I will be busy trying to just, be within my space, create for myself. But I just want to go ahead and talk about some news that Nike dropped today. So earlier today, not sure if you are aware, but different news outlets went ahead and dropped word of Nike Fit technology, and I think this is actually a pretty big deal. Now, if you watched my video from Wednesday for the Kids Foot Locker story, I just kind of talked about how everything isn't for everybody in terms of the fit of a sneaker, because we all know this to be true. There are certain brands, even styles within those brands, that fit differently, because the sad thing is every shoe doesn't fit universally the same. I don't care, but your 7.5, let's say in a Vapor Max, is not going to be the same 7.5 in an Air Max 1, and it won't be the same in an Air Jordan 1 as it will in an Air Jordan 3. We all know you tend to go half a size up in a 3, but I would venture to go half a size down in a 5 just because of the different ways that these shoes fit. And Nike's aware of that. This has been a problem since the creation of the brand itself and for sneakers, period, and now they are venturing out to do something totally different about it. Now, I think this is a big deal because I actually measure kids' feet like on a weekly basis. So when I am working at Kids Foot Locker, I see it all the time. Parents are oblivious to what actual size their kids wear in sneakers. We'll have people come in all the time. One of the first things you need to ask them, especially with the way our new store is set up, what size is your kid in right now? And they may tell you, oh, my kid's in a 3.5, and we look down and we're like, I think you're wrong. I don't think it's 3.5. But of course you can't always tell parents these things. They just think they know. And then, some are really insistent and you put them in that 3.5, and there's like this much space. Because once you go to measure the kid's foot, you actually realize the kid's actually like a 13. They're not a 3.5, they're like a 13. I get it, parents, y'all got a lot going on. I'm not flaming y'all, I'm just saying, y'all just really don't know what size your kid wears sometimes. And that is a little alarming because think about, let's think about your feet, okay? Starting them off the right way early on is a great way to continue the health of your feet, right? Like from literally the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Those things can be a nuisance and a pain in the butt if they are not correct. If you got a toothache, it's gonna hurt all over. Or if your feet hurt, if anybody knows what it's like dealing with feet problems, if your feet hurt, everything hurts, okay? Everything hurts, everything is annoying, and I don't want kids starting off in the wrong shoe, so I measure them on a consistent basis to find out what actual shoe your kid should be in. Like, yes, we still use the very archaic Brannock scale to measure feet. We use that tool. When I say archaic, that tool is from 1925, okay? That tool is archaic. But it still works. You can still measure your foot to find out your size. Like if I actually measure my foot, standing up straight, foot to the back of the tool, it says that I'm actually a 7. Like my toe is just at a 7, so I would still venture to get a 7.5. But because I have fallen arches, which means my feet are damn near flat, it's better off for me to always go with that 7.5 for a better fit. Now, like I said, all shoes are not the same because in a Vapor Max, I kid you not, I can wear a men's 5.5, 6, a 6.5, even a 7, and I can still rock that fit and make it work. Now, this brand new technology, this is what we're here to talk about. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit, all right? So this brand new technology, now they've already tested this. They've been testing it for, I think, at least 6 months. Nike's already been testing it. You can ignore these boxes. I got some unboxings for you guys. Nike has already been testing this for 6 months. I know they did this testing in, I think Pasadena, possibly Seattle, and then I think down in Dallas they did this testing. And what it does, so Nike Fit Technology, this app is going to measure your foot down to the millimeter, So they're going to be pretty exact with this. So you go, the idea is you go into a Nike store and you take your shoes off and you stand up straight, and they take a smartphone and they open the app and they scan your feet, and it'll measure it out to the millimeter, and they'll tell you the specific size that you should be. Now, I think the beauty of where it'll take it a step further is once they lock in this information for you under your profile, because we all have like Nike Plus account member profiles. Well, you should if you don't. Once this is locked in, and it's locked in under my profile now, but once this is locked in, well, okay, I'll say this, my normal size is locked in, not the new Nike Fit technology, let me just clarify that. So once this is locked in, they can scan any actual Nike box or even a Jordan box, I think is what they're going to try to include as well, and they can tell you for that specific style of shoe what you should get. So even though it may say like that true 7.5, based on the actual construction and makeup and materials and how that shoe will fit a foot, they can tell you, hey, they can scan it, it's better off that you get a 7 versus a 7.5. This will take the guesswork out of so much for people that are working in stores. You have no idea. I think this is an amazing tool. I think this is really Nike trying to give you that full experience. They talk about this in an article that was released. This is about trying to give you that full experience. Customers want to experience a brand. They want to really feel connected. They really just don't want to be a number. Feeling like they know your size, I think, is extremely important. Now, I want to get his name right. Michael Martin. I think it's Michael Martin. Let me check. Michael Martin? It is Michael Martin. I just don't want to get his name wrong, okay? So he's like the global leader of, I think, digital tech for Nike, and he's really behind this because they had already started getting the technology together to roll this out in 2018. So when you're trying to do something on a massive scale like this, clearly you have to make sure that you got everything. You got the patents, you got the copyrights in order. So they already acquired this in 2018, the technology, the ability to use it. And Michael Martin has a vision, and for him, it's that we won't even have shoe sizes on boxes anymore. So instead of a shoe size, I think this is amazing. This is pretty cool. Instead of a shoe size, you would actually have just your name there. So think about it. When I get a box in, instead of saying men 6, women 7.5, it would actually just say like TJ there, because it's not about the size. It's about you. What shoes you buy should be a reflection of who you are as somebody that is really into sneakers. So it's not just going to be a size, it is your shoe. So your name is written on there. And I'm going to tell you something, okay? From working at Kids Foot Locker and a release happens and that shoe has already been, it's set aside for you, and you actually see your name on that shoe, that ish is magical, okay? So that's what Nike is trying to bring to the table. Now they're gonna roll this out in July for Nike stores here in the US, so you guys should be seeing that there. I don't have one in my area, but bigger areas you will, probably Chicago, New York, LA, Dallas, all places like that. And then Europe will get this rolled out in August, so I think it's amazing. I really do think this is something that they should roll out at Kids Foot Locker, because I think starting kids off really young, making sure that they are in the proper shoe, they're not damaging their feet early on. I think it's great. We see women damage their feet all the time in high heels just to try to look cute. I mean, let's be real, sneakerheads are no different. We'll try to squeeze our feet into shoes that we should not just because we want it. Heaven forbid, if the shoe's pretty much sold out and we have to go a whole size lower, we will take the insole out to make it work. But the shoe is meant to be worn with the insole. It's all part of the makeup, the construction, the testing, the wear testing, all of that. So we should just respect that. But let me guys know, what do you think? Like, let me know. What do you think about, Nike Fit? That's what it's going to be called. So Nike Fit technology, making its way into stores to be able to help you get the perfect fit for a Nike branded shoe. Now, I don't think Converse is going to be included in this just because they have a whole different fit system. And that is true, because in a Converse, I have to go down to like a 5.5 in men's or a 7 in women's. But in Vans, I'm fine to just go with a 6. It's really weird. But let me know what you guys think about this. I think this is amazing. Nike is always trying to push those boundaries of technology to bring it more, closer to really involve you, to really make sure that it feels like your own. And I think that's great. I think the app will actually be rolled out where you yourself can do this on, you literally on your feet. Just stand up, you have your phone now, and do that. I think that's pretty sweet. So I know this is something new. I don't know if I've really just brought whatever new Nike technology may be going on. You guys know that I'm up on the Nike tech itself. Nike, anything that really happens, I'm not gonna lie. I'm that person that literally has employees that will hit me up and show me different things that may be going on with Nike. I think that's always dope and amazing. So I'm a Nike head. Go ahead and flame me. I really don't care. But hopefully you guys like this news being brought to you. Just trying to give you also the Kids Foot Locker spin on it. If you guys have kids, I always want them to, be outfitted in the proper fit, but also look cool as well. So as always, peace out. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.